now is at least apply, look away, work on what you can right now take. It's still May. You have got even December where you'll be writing your exam. So the key is like, hey, guys, I know. I know. Come back, because you're going to lose the chain of contact. So, okay, are we done? Can I continue? Yes. Okay. So those of you who did not do well, I think there's no other question. No, I don't speak as you speak, guys. I think we have to do understand. Only one person. Okay. Those of you who are in grade 12, my advice is please apply through CAO and to other universities as well. Those of you in grade 11, right now, please start
again. How many times?
I'm telling you guys about the APS credit score requirement. I said to one of the colleagues, guys, EU credit N doesn't work with first come, first serve. Say just because you are from KZN and you are totally the university will give you preference, guys. No. What it says is those with the best marks are going to get served. And if you think what we say to you that at least get an APS point score of 80 without life orientation we are playing, you must always take note that there is someone out there, someone who will study and someone who's going to give us 100, even if you need a 90. And that someone is someone within your age range. So working hard has to be part of what we do. Are we clear, please? And my request is, as we continue this journey, that I please believe that we at least apply it to university. It's the first step. Don't worry about anything. Worry about a lot of things after you've written your final matric mark. Guys, things like scholarships, applying to masters also is very important. For example, I'll give you one example. The best top 10 students who comes or who gets into KZN, we give them 100,000 rand toward their fees until they finish studying. So my advice is don't worry about the money right now. Worry about the marks. But what it starts with at least applying. Once you apply, then you can start talking. And those in grade 10 and 11, please let's start thinking of making sure because we work hard, guys. Getting a 50 right now is no longer enough to get into university. Let's try doing something different. I'll say the last part, because my colleagues are going to take over. I think DUT is having their graduations right now, and I think you came was 2 weeks ago. And I know you guys have got digital. You saw how parents were happy when their kids graduate. And I must say, make sure, some of you sitting here, you will make your parents proud. But understand that that moment doesn't just come anywhere, guys. That moment starts from here, making sure that you do well and escalate, so that you can apply to university and then we accept you. So we wish you guys all the best, but what I will do is, there are academic tools to tell you guys about what to do in the arts industry. The reality is, and I know we are speaking about AI, guys, if you want to do best in life, or if you want to achieve the greatest thing, I always think that colleges in humanities play a pivotal role in how we navigate this human life. Because people can speak AI, HGBT, but the reality of it is we cannot take away the reality that we are humans after all. Things like television will always become important. Things like art will always become important. So with this, guys, I'm done with my part. I'm going to ask you guys, please apply, and I'm going to ask my colleagues to take over. Okay, thanks, guys. I can't speak at this speak. That's what I have to do.
There are 3 disciplines. One's called media studies, the other one is called fine arts, and the other one is called digital arts. Okay, so I'm going to talk about mostly fine arts, and digital arts. Okay, and then my good colleagues, Limo Valapi, will be able to answer any questions and assist with that. And my other good colleague, Mr. Makanya, will be able to talk about the film studies components, okay, media studies. All right. So let us look at, we're going to start with fine art, right? So fine art, what is fine art? We have a lot of students who come to us thinking that fine art is about drama, about singing, about performing. We do offer that at UKZN, but that's not us, okay? So if you're somebody who wants to do fine art, that means that you're somebody who loves drawing, you love painting, you love working with your hands, you love making things, okay? So that really is what fine art is about. Most importantly, our fine art department is a very old one. It's more than 100 years old. But we've got dedicated studios where you can do painting. We've got one of the largest ceramic studios where you can do pottery in KZN. We also hold a large collection of Zulu pottery. Ceramics is very popular in the fine art department. We also have students doing painting, doing drawing. You can probably move on to the next. You can see some of our studios here. We've got ceramic studios, we've got fine art studios. You can also do handmade printmaking. We've got a lot of painting studios as well. And then in terms of what you can expect to do if you're doing fine art, right? And you're undergraded, and if you come in and you're doing first year, you'll look at things like drawing, painting, printmaking. Printmaking is like pre-digital, alright? But it's still something people do, and it's very important in terms of working with your hands. If you're doing second year, you'll do advanced painting and drawing. You'll also do things like art theory. But the important thing is that you don't need to have done art at school. Okay, if this is something you love, I would advise that you look into it. Go onto the websites, have a look at what people are doing. The fine art departments offer all sorts of opportunities, like you can do internships at museums, they take you to visit artist studios, they take you to art galleries, you have a chance to do work integrated learning in art galleries as well. You get involved in exhibitions and learning to put up exhibitions. You get the opportunity to exhibit your own work on competitions and that kind of thing. It really is a very vibrant department and community. What can you do? A lot of parents will say to us, I don't want my child to do fine art. What can you do? Well, there's quite a lot. And the important thing, I know that our colleague from Corporate Relations mentioned AI. One of the issues and one of the important things that always come back to us, even from like Mr. Price, for example, they're tired of people who come from marketing without creative ideas. They're wanting people from fine arts, people from digital arts, people from the creative industries, because we think differently. Okay, so if you're thinking, what can I do with fine art? You can be an artist, say that's what you want to do, that's fine. But you can also be an art educator, you can even become a lecturer, you can work in an art gallery, you can work in a museum, you can write about art as well. Very importantly, community arts is very vibrant in South Africa. You can get involved in community arts. Our amazing KCAP organization has shown what they can do and just how they feed into the community in that way as well. And you can do administration even in arts, as well as media design. Okay. You can go all the way to the top. So you can either do 3 years where you finish your degree, or you can do a 4th year where you can really specialize. You can even then go all the way and become a doctor. Okay. So it's a program that starts at level 1 and goes all the way. Okay, digital arts, that's what we do. Myself and Mr. Valapi, we both come out of fine arts as well, so we can answer any questions about that. But digital arts, okay, so this is very important. We find our digital arts department is exploding, mostly because we intersect creativity and technology. We deal with AI, that's right, but we also look at what you can do in terms of if you come to us, you work with industry standard tools, you develop real creative projects that you can, at the end of your study, apply for a job with. Okay, you've made something, you've made a product, you've shown it. Okay, we have our students generally, those ones who do well, generally go straight into the industry. So what we do, okay, we started with graphic design and motion graphics, then we go to 3D modeling and animation basics, and then at the third year you do advanced animation, advanced 2D animation. We also have a very strong comic book graphic novel strand as well. What's really important is that I mentioned, so we are the only digital arts program in KZN that goes from year 1 all the way to a doctoral level. So in other words, right to the top. Okay. What's also important is that we've got a lot, if you come to us, you don't need a computer. We've got a state-of-the-art laboratory. Our computers are very high-end. So you learn to use that kind of software and hardware that you wouldn't normally be able to afford. We also offer industry, internships, work-related opportunities in animation studios and that kind of thing. We also have overseas exchange. At the moment we've got 2 students who are in Antwerp, which is in Brussels. Those are students who do very well. So there are all sorts of opportunities as well. We also offer integrated learning in museums and that kind of thing. Okay, so what do you expect to do in the first year? You would look at graphic design, motion graphics, visual communication. You would then get an introduction to digital imaging, sequential narrative, which is like an introduction to the comic book in a sense. And then in second year, then you go on to 3D modeling and you learn basic 2D animation. In your third year, that is when you move into more advanced things. You've all heard of AR, maybe VR, interactive media. So we get into advanced ways of using art and technology. Okay. Okay, these are just some examples of sort of work that you would expect. So this is graphic design first year. These are web comics. So we do web comics, interactive comics, print comics. So these are some examples from our third years. And then we also do 3D modeling, and we're getting very into 3D printing, which is becoming popular. 3D printing is not only used in the creative arts, it's used in other industries as well. Okay. And then we also do AR and VR and interactive arts as well, and digital installation. So you only do that maybe when you get to your fourth year. Okay. We've got great labs. We've got, you sort of like a big first year lab. When you go on, then you have dedicated, we own the space to work. Okay, so Lima, we got, if we can maybe just go to the bursaries and then we can show for. Okay, let's go to what you can do. Okay, so what can you do with digital arts, okay? Graphic, just by the way, new media artists and new media designers are on the scarce skills list. That means they're most needed in the country, on that list of people with skills that need to be developed. So you can do a graphic designer, you can do 2D or 3D animation and work in a company. You can be an AR or VR developer. You can do interactive media. You can do digital cinema, which we do as well. You can be a new media presenter, researcher, a creative director, and you can create 3D models for both the creative and the industry sector. Okay. Can we move on? Okay, just in terms of bursaries. At the end I have a list of bursaries. Okay. We do have quite a few bursaries and financial opportunities that we offer to students. The fine arts, they have a bursary that you can apply for in first year. So do go and look on their websites, okay? Obviously, a lot of you might be applying for NSF, but we also have bursaries that, I'm not going to list these bursaries, but these are bursaries that are available for students who do well. So as you move through the system, these bursaries are available to you. So we do have this kind of funding. Okay. Okay, I think I'm just going to end off this. We want to show just one little short animation. We wanted to show more, but there's no point. The screen isn't good enough. But just one 2D animation. What is quite important is what we look for is we try and find a distinctive African voice because that's the kind of thing that's needed. And we felt this example shows that. I don't know if you can take it from here. I think we're going to leave it, guys. If you want to see it, we're here at the table. You're not going to really see it properly here. But I think I'm going to hand over to my good colleague. Sorry guys. We are few minutes away to we break. Okay. This is our time. They say it's a 7's time now. Never educated. Okay. Guys, you're saying very much. I'm really like kitchen. I don't tell you what's